Namaste. Welcome to Agriculture Affairs in Nepal with me, Nirmala Basnet. Dear viewers, let us now start the program with the main affairs of the day. Demonstration has taken place at Maitigar in Kathmandu against the U.S. aid project Millennium Challenge Corporation. Homestay operating materials have been distributed to attract the Tharu community dependent on agriculture for business. The Ministry of Finance has reduced the budget ceiling in agriculture for 2078-79. Plus more. Let us continue the program with the terrace cultivation. With the corona pandemic roving the world, the people are staying at home for now over a year. People are cultivating their terrace and backyard in the cities around Nepal. Cultivation of terrace helps reduce pollution. People who cultivate the terrace benefit in many ways. Cultivating the terrace provides fresh food, saves money, is aesthetical, and it is a healthy way of living. With 2 decades into 21st century, the world is fighting to provide chemical pesticide-free food. Since the demand is higher than production, it is wonderful if people who have time spend time cultivating their terrace. This next news report is on the rise of people cultivating terrace in Beni Bajar. Housewives of Beni Bajar, the district headquarters of Megdi, have been attracted to terrace cultivation lately. Let us now look at this news report for a little while. Housewives of Beni Bajar, the district headquarters of Megdi, have been attracted to terrace cultivation lately. The housewives have started to enjoy terrace cultivation as it is easy to pass the time. They can eat fresh vegetables grown on the roof of the house, save money, add beauty to the house, and avoid infections since they do not have to go out. There are more than 1,200 houses in Beni Bajar in Beni Municipality 7 and 8. Most of them have been cultivating terrace in their homes. Organic and non-toxic vegetables will be available for consumption, money can be saved, and the risk of corona infection can be reduced by taking care of vegetables at home, said Sirjana Bhattachan of Birendra Chowk, Beni Bajar 7. Like her, 50 men and women of the market have started this farming with the training on terrace farming. Seeing the attraction of housewives towards terrace farming in this ward, Beni 7 had conducted training on terrace farming 2 years ago. After the news report, let us now talk about rhino death. Wildlife on Earth balance the ecosystem and complete the food network. We are all in the same boat as the wildlife. We need the same environment that the Earth provides like the wild animals. When the environment is out of balance, the entire plant kingdom and animal kingdom are affected. The scientists around the world are working to conserve nature. For this, different natural parks are conserved around the world. In Nepal, too, there are 12 national parks, 1 wildlife reserve, 1 hunting reserve, 6 conservation areas, and 13 buffer zones. Recently, the rhino conservationists did a census of the one-horned rhino. The number of rhino in Nepal have increased. However, they have been killed by nature. It could be due to overcrowding, suspect the scientists. It could be that the dwelling space is too small due to loss of forested areas. 30 rhinos have died in Chittagong National Park and surrounding areas in the first 9 months of the current fiscal year. Let us now look at this news report for a little while. 30 rhinos have died in Chittagong National Park and surrounding areas in the first 9 months of the current fiscal year. After more rhinos died than last year, the park is working to form a committee to find out the cause of rhino deaths. 30 rhinos have died in Chittagong National Park and surrounding areas in the first 9 months of the current fiscal year. Of them, 26 died due to natural causes and 4 were killed by poachers. According to Lokendra Adhikari, information officer of the park, the rhino was last found dead on Baishakh 1st. Last fiscal year, 26 rhinos died due to natural causes. With 3 months left, the park is working to form a committee to find out the cause of death of more rhinos than last year. Rhinos that die due to natural causes die by getting old, by fighting with each other, by getting stuck in the swamps, by being attacked by tigers, and so on. The death toll is estimated to have risen as the number of rhinos increased in the western part of the park. After the recent rhino census, the exact number of rhinos in each area has not been ascertained. Chief Conservation Officer of the park, Anath Baral, said that if the data is released, internal relocation will be done if necessary. The park is working to control poaching. No further poaching has been reported after some smugglers were arrested. Last year, there was zero poaching. Baral said efforts were being made to reduce the number of deaths due to natural causes. After 2015, rhinos have been counted this year. According to this year's census, 694 rhinos were found in the park. In the previous census, the number was only 605. Since then, relocation have been arranged and gifts have been given to China, but the number has increased. Although 10 rhinos have been brought back from India, it is estimated that some rhinos are still on Indian soil. Conservationists are excited as the number of rhinos increased as expected. After the news report, let us now talk about protest against MCC in Nepal. MCC is an American aid project. The Nepali government is proceeding with the process of reaching an agreement to bring MCC in Nepal. Many Nepali political parties are not liking the prospect of MCC in Nepal. There are 29 countries around the world that have signed the Millennium Challenge Corporation deal with the USA, according to one report. This program is for the developing countries to fight poverty. It helps in sectors such as the agriculture and education, which are very vital for the growth of the country. Of course, proper study should be made in order for it to be acceptable for the Nepali people. The government of Nepal should be committed to do what is good and safe for the Nepali people. Demonstration has taken place at Maitigar in Kathmandu against the U.S. aid project Millennium Challenge Corporation. Let us now look at this news report for a little while. Demonstration has taken place at Maitigar in Kathmandu against the U.S. aid project Millennium Challenge Corporation. Rashtriya Janamorcha, CPN Emale, CPN Masal, and other smaller parties staged a protest at Maitigar Mandala on Monday. Participants in the demonstration chanted slogans such as MCC is not needed, the country cannot be sold, and reject the MCC project. After Prime Minister KP Sharma Oli held discussions with various parties to move the MCC project forward, the smaller parties opposed it. After the news report, let us now talk about storage center. Storage centers are being built all over the country, as the report that I'm receiving suggests. The Nepali farm goods are spoiled, and there's a lot of loss in places where there are no storage centers. This demotivates the farmers. With new programs in different places, cold storage and storage centers are built. This is due to the new way of thinking on independence. Nepalese do not only want to be independent in words, but also in deed. Nepal imports a large amount of food from other countries every year. The Nepali farmers have realized the opportunity at home and are working to make the best of it. Agriculture produce storage centers will be constructed in Parsa and Bara. Let us now look at this news report for a little while. Agriculture produce storage centers will be constructed in Parsa and Bara. Agriculture produce storage centers will be constructed in Birganj Metropolitan City, Ward number 27, Udaipur, Gurmi of Parsa, and Jitpur, Simara, Submetropolitan Ward number 15, Dumarawana of Bara. The construction work has been started in the cost sharing of small farmers agriculture cooperatives so that the construction work can be completed by mid-fiscal year 2077-78. It is said that a storage center is being constructed as there are various problems in storing the produce of the farmers at the local level. Various programs have been put forward for the development of agriculture and farmers, such as Agriculture Produce Storage Center, Agriculture Produce Collection Center, custom hiring for agriculture machinery promotion, agriculture roads, solar pumps, agriculture electrification, organic and organic fertilizer factories, agro-industry and animal husbandry and dairy. After the news report, let us now talk about homestay in Nepal. Homestay is a form of hospitality and lodging that is becoming more commonplace all over the world. Homestays provide the insight into the culture of a certain place that we travel to. In Nepal, homestay started in 2011. It was an arrangement of the Nepali government to manage the millions of tourists coming into the country. 65% of the Nepali people are engaged into agriculture, so we expect agrarian culture in most part of the country. Those who come to Nepal now get to experience agrarian culture, which has been in Nepal since the ancient time. Homestay operating materials have been distributed to attract the Tharo community dependent on agriculture for business. Let us now look at this news report for a little while. Homestay operating materials have been distributed to attract the Tharo community dependent on agriculture for business. Caritas Nepal has selected 10 houses in Wallapur village of Bardia and distributed the materials. Wallapur village is located on the banks of Bavai River 3 kilometers north of Gularia Bazaar, the district headquarters of Bardia. All the Tharo community live here. The Caritas Nepal Bardia branch has assisted in running the homestay with the objective of attracting the Tharo community dependent on agriculture for business. After a long study, Caritas is going to run a homestay in Wallapur village. Caritas Nepal will also handle the selected homestay registration process.
र यसलाई चाहिँ अलिकति प्रचार प्रसार गर्नको लागि हाम्रो अब वडा अध्यक्षज्यू पनि हुनुहुन्छ, उहाँले सुरुदेखि नै हामीलाई यो कार्यमा सपोर्ट गर्दै आउनु भएको छ हैन, हामीलाई हौसला दिँदै आउनु भएको छ। अब पक्कै पनि भविष्यमा चाहिँ अलिकति प्रचार प्रसार गरेर सकेसम्म बाहिरको मान्छेहरूलाई चाहिँ बजारमा बस्नु भन्दा पनि गाउँमा बस्ने वातावरण किसिमको चाहिँ हैन, एउटा गाउँको एक किसिमले चाहिँ अर्ग्यानिक खाना हैन, त्यहाँ चाहिँ गाउँको खानाको छुट्टै स्वाद हुन्छ हैन, बजारमा होटलमा बस्नु भन्दाखेरि गाउँमा बस्न रुचाउँछन् अहिले मान्छे।
Wallapur, a wetland area, is a place of potential. The ward office has also pledged to help in the development of the area, which is also a picnic spot covered with forest.
हुनुभएको छ। मैले यहाँहरुलाई पहिलेदेखि पनि भनेको थिएँ, किनभने सम्भावना भएको ठाउँ हो। बालापुर एकदमै सम्भावना भएको ठाउँ हो। त्यहाँ पिकनिक स्पट पनि छ। सबै धेरै ठाउँका मान्छेहरु त्यहाँ पिकनिक खान जानुहुन्छ। अहिले खानेपानीको टंकी पनि बन्दैछ र त्यहाँ एकदम हेर्दाखेरि सिमसार क्षेत्र बन्ने ठाउँ छ। सिमसार क्षेत्र नै भन्छु मैले, र नजिक नदी पनि छ, जंगल छ, हरियाली छ, तरकारी एकदम राम्रो कृषि खेती गरिराख्नु भएको छ।
Dihar Bahadur Chaudhary, a chairman of Homestay Village Wallapur, said that Caritas Nepal has visited other homestays to run the homestay and also provided training and materials on the operation method.
अब यो पाएको सामानले मात्रै होइन, किनभने चाहिँ एउटा एउटा बाटो देखाएको हो। अब यतिले हामीलाई पुग्दैन, किनभने कि अब यसलाई हामी कसरी अगाडि बढाउँछौं भन्ने त्यो चाहिँ हाम्रो मनमा छ र त्यसको लागि म के सोचिराखेको छु भने जस्तै हामीलाई धेरै त्यस चाहिँ सरसफाइको विषयमा अनि अर्को चाहिँ चुरौतीको विषयमा हुन्छ गाउँमा।
Caritas Nepal, which has been working in the field of agriculture in Bardia since 2015 and BS, had brought homestay operation with the financial support of World Rhino with the objective of helping the flood-affected areas of Gularia Municipality, Ward Number 5, Wallapur, out of which 10 houses have been selected and homestay operating materials have been distributed. After the news report, let us now take a small commercial break. Stay with Krishi Television. After the commercial break, welcome back to Agriculture Affairs in Nepal. Dear viewers, let us now talk about wheat purchase. The wheat is being purchased at the price fixed by the government. The Food Management and Trade Company has started to buy the wheat produced by the farmers. The price of the wheat right now is $6.5250 per bushel, according to one report. In Nepal, the wheat is being sold at 3,111 rupees per quintal. This is done to hopefully have fair trade, according to what we understand at the news desk. The Nepali farmers every year complain that they are not getting their worth due to the middlemen. The Birganj branch office of Food Management and Trade Company Limited has started buying wheat from farmers at support price from Tuesday. Let us now look at this news report for a little while. The Birganj branch office of Food Management and Trade Company Limited has started buying wheat from farmers at support price from Tuesday. The corporation has started buying wheat from farmers in cash. Farmers who got good price by selling paddy to government-owned enterprises are now attracted to sell wheat. Farmers have started selling wheat to the government after the government fixed the support price of the wheat at 3,111 rupees per quintal. The federal government has set a target of purchasing 3,000 quintals of wheat this year. In Parsa, farmers have cultivated wheat in an area of 26,050 hectares this year and produced 85,965 metric tons of wheat, according to the Agriculture Knowledge Center, Parsa. After the news report, let us now talk about budget for agriculture. It is reported that the budget for the coming fiscal year is going to cut many of projects. 65% of the Nepali population is dependent on agriculture. This sector should be given priority. The Nepali government has been devising many projects for this sector. However, the budget that was demanded by the Agriculture Ministry was not allocated by the Ministry of Finance. Budget cuts are likely to affect many farmers in the coming fiscal year as the projects will be affected. This could bring problems in production and productivity. The Ministry of Finance has reduced the budget ceiling in agriculture. Let us now look at this news report for a little while. The Ministry of Finance has reduced the budget ceiling in agriculture. The ceiling has been sent to the Ministry of Agriculture by reducing 5 arba rupees. In the budget ceiling requested by the Ministry of Finance, the Ministry of Agriculture had proposed the same budget as last year. The Ministry of Agriculture has stated that it has not approved the budget of 37 arba rupees proposed by the Ministry of Agriculture and Livestock Development after studying and discussing. Out of the budget allocation of 37 arba rupees to the agriculture sector in the current fiscal year, a ceiling of 32 arba rupees has been set for the new budget of fiscal year 2078-79. The Ministry of Agriculture and Livestock Development has stated that the dozens of programs to increase agriculture production and productivity will be affected by budget cuts. It has been stated that the programs to be sent to the state and local governments for the development of agriculture sector will be affected by the budget cuts. The budget cuts will affect the agriculture modernization project, the state's organic manure and organic farming system, one village, one high-level nursery, farmer centers in each municipality, shallow, deep, solar, and lift irrigation programs, the ministry said. After the news report, let us now talk about damage caused by a storm in Chapa. It is pre-monsoon season. The weather becomes quite unpredictable. There's thunderstorm 1 hour and sunshine the next. The thunderstorms are becoming very serious in some parts of the country, to such extent as to damage the agriculture produce. There's going to be loss of millions of rupees due to the storm in Chapa. This will affect the way the farmers live. The Nepali government should devise crop protection measures. At the same time, budget should be allocated for supporting farmers who are at loss every year. Especially the climate events have been drastic all over the world recently. The storm has caused damage of around 20 million rupees in Chapa district. Let us now look at this news report for a little while. The storm caused damage of around 20 million rupees in Chapa district. The destruction of banana, maize and other crops has caused a loss of 19.86 million rupees. The storm has damaged 169 hectares of maize, banana, vegetable, and fruit fields planted by 600 farmers in Kanchan Kowal, Bahardashi, Jhapa, Kankai, and Gauradaha municipality. Maize and banana have been most affected by the hailstorm on Baishakh 2, 5, and 9. The cob-bearing maize and 200 banana plants in the banana block operated under the Prime Minister's agriculture modernization program have been broken. Mango and lychee branches have been broken and baby fruits have also fallen. After the news report, let us now look at the lockdown in Banke. The corona pandemic that has killed over 3 million people around the world is making a comeback in Nepal. The people infected has increased so much such that Banke district has announced a week-long lockdown to break the chain. There might be a big problem in Nepal if there is increase in the number of people infected. Already, the people coming from India are stranded as they are found positive. At this time, the government should make the move as this has happened last year. Now, we know how this disease affects the country, so the places where quarantine were established should be re-established. It should not be as difficult as the first time. The Nepalganj sub-metropolitan area Banke has been shut down since Thursday. Within a week, about 1,000 people were diagnosed with corona infection. Let us now look at this news report for a little while. The District Crisis Management Center has been conducting a one-week lockdown in Banke from Thursday after the corona infection was confirmed in about 1,000 people within a week. Although efforts have been made to break the fast-moving corona chain, implementation has not been effective. The people of Nepalganj have refused to go out except for the urgent work of the District Administration Office. The District Administration Office has made arrangements for the people coming from India to reach their destination.
संक्रमितहरू बढ्दै गएको अवस्था रहेको छ दिनानुदिन अलिकति सब सङ्कलन गरेका मध्ये लगभग चाहिँ 70% को रेन्जमा चाहिँ कोरोना पोजिटिभ देखिएको हुनाले त्यसलाई नियन्त्रण गर्नुपर्ने भएको कारणबाट आज बसेको डिसिसी एमसी को चाहिँ बैठक प्लस हाम्रो सर्वदलीय बैठकबाट यसलाई नियन्त्रण गर्नुपर्छ त्यो नियन्त्रण गर्ने एउटै उपाय चाहिँ केही समय लकडाउनमा जानुपर्छ कि भन्ने कुराहरु.
So far, 30,000 Nepalese have returned from India. At the border, 27 people tested positive for corona. They are stranded as they cannot be managed in time. People from Uttarakhand, Badwal and Himachal Pradesh are returning to Nepal.
खास गरेर लगभग 70% को हाराहारीमा यो उत्तराखण्ड हिमाञ्चल बडवालका व्यक्तिहरू बढी आउनु भएको थियो भने अहिले वैशाख महिना लागिसकेपछि महाराष्ट्र, दिल्ली, गुजरात, गोवा अति प्रभावित एरियाबाट चाहिँ व्यक्तिहरूको चाप बढिरहेको छ.
जस्तै वैशाख महिनामा मात्रै कतिसम्म लगभग कतिसम्म आछ नि त
वैशाखदेखि वैशाख लागिसकेपछि लगभग 28-30 हजारको हाराहारीमा हामीले हिँडसम्मको डाटा हो.
As there are more corona-infected people in India, those who went to India for work have started returning home. There's a delay in the management of those who came to Nepal from India and checked positive at the border with antigen technology.
इन्डिया कामको सिलसिलामा जानुभएको थियो? हजुर कामको. कुन ठाउँमा जानुभएको थियो? म यता गुवाहाटीतिर गएँ. त्यहाँ के काम गर्नुहुन्थ्यो? त्यहाँ मैले सेक्युरिटी गार्ड गरेको. अनि त्यहाँ अहिले कोरोनाको अवस्था के छ? किन आउनु पर्यो? महामारी त्यस्तो छैन हैन. अब अरु यो महाराष्ट्रतिर त्यही भएर आउने भएको हुना त्यता बन्द थियो. नेपालमा पनि लकडाउन होला जस्तो भयो हैन. त्यो भएर टाइममै घरतिर फर्क्यौं भनेर त्यो हिसाबले आयो.
Even in lockdown, rickshaws are running and people are walking in Nepalganj. It is necessary to make the lockdown effective. Reported by Jageshwar Singh Tharu from Banke. After the news report, let us now talk about cruelty to animals that has been spreading. If we are cruel to one animal and kill it, it is likely to affect the other animals living nearby. We're at this point in the human history, the most advanced beings ever. We are very fine people with high self-conscience. Yet we are killing defenseless animals with cruelty. It is not justice if we are looking for being just beings at this day and age. We are attacking innocent people and animals which are without defense. This is the shame on humanity. With new knowledge, we should be more at peace with other beings around us. The Nepal Vet Association has drawn attention to the unnatural death of a large number of vultures killed in Jitpur, Ward Number 4, Ramgram Municipality, Nawalparasi District. Let us now look at this news report for a little while. The Nepal Veterinary Association has drawn serious attention to the unnatural death of a large number of vultures killed in Jitpur, Ward Number 4, Ramgram Municipality, Nawalparasi District. It is estimated that some dogs were killed by inhumane poisoning and the vulture died after eating the dogs. The association issued a statement condemning the inhumane treatment. According to the association, for some time now, there has been an increase in the number of cases of killing and injuring animals in different parts of the country. The association has demanded the local administration to form a high-level committee to investigate the incident and take legal action against those involved in such inhumane acts. This is all in Agriculture Affairs in Nepal with me, Nirmala Basnet. Before I go, let us review the main affairs of the day. Demonstration has taken place at Maitigar in Kathmandu against the U.S. aid project Millennium Challenge Corporation. Homestay operating materials have been distributed to attract the Tharu community dependent on agriculture for business. The Ministry of Finance has reduced the budget ceiling in agriculture for 2078-79. Thank you for watching Agriculture Affairs in Nepal with me, Nirmala Basnet. I'll be back with more affairs next time. Till then, Jai Krishi, Jai Kishan, Samriddha Krishi, Nepal Kushan.